Hey guys, here to make a quick video in regards to doing a major cleaning to the Jbj Chiller model number DBE-200. I'm also going to show you how to replace the thermostat and also back flush the unit properly. So with that said, let's go check it out. Let's start with the back flush. I want to pretend for a moment that my case and everything is still on and I've just taken it off my aquarium. The way that I have this set up is simply a hose feeding a 5-gallon bucket, water, my 900 gallon per hour pump going and pumping the water into the outlet side, and the water is coming out of the inlet side into this sink down here. That is how you back flush the unit. You do not have to do it this way, of course. You can use your 5-gallon bucket and just pump on a recirc type of deal, but it has to be going into your filter sock. Otherwise, you're just going to be contaminating the unit with the scalene, the calcium, the fish poop, the food and whatnot that you're trying to get out of it. That is how you back flush the unit. Do this for approximately at least 30 minutes, if not an hour, and that should properly back flush your unit and get it clean. Now, let's talk about the 6-month cleaning that you're supposed to do. First, you need to take the controller and unplug it. So push down on the outer lip of the controller, push down, pull forward. It's going to expose these two connected wires, which is your digital readout and your thermostat. Simple way to get them off, just use the tabs, push on them. It's very straightforward. Push on that one, release the clips, take your thermostat, put it somewhere safe. You're then going to remove your hose collars. You're going to remove the lock washers. And at that point, with your controller disconnected, the hose is off, the lock washer's off, the screw's out, you should then be able to start to jimmy up the outer case and lift it off. This, of course, your tank is, as you see, free floating around in there. Use a water bottle or something. If you have a bigger one than the little tiny, pint-sized ones, use a bigger one because it will work out supremely better for holding and supporting the tank while you're working on it, as well as when we get to the part of when you're going to drill out that handy-dandy little thermostat. You're going to suck off the outer fins like you would normally do when the chiller is up and running. I like to use a horsehair brush on a vacuum, get all that off, set yourself up a little compressor, blow everything off, get in the back side fins here. Dust will accumulate on your fan, get all that off. Don't just let your fan blow around from the air either. Hold it and spin it and get it off. The majority's off. Get in the bottom. I think this is when you get the blue, it's called teening or tining or something like that. You can get that off. It doesn't really affect it, so you don't need to get it off if you don't want to. And once all that is done, your 6-month major cleaning for dust is done, as well as your back flush. So your unit should be clean and free of all this crap. Now, you're going to want to go ahead and clip this wire right at the base. Note to some people out there, my chiller is 3 years old. It came with a 2-pronged wire. As you may have caught in the video, this is a 3-pronged wire. Jbj has lovingly told me that that's how they come now, and they switched to that. And I also now need to get a new controller. I will tell you this, my suspicion was that this was never a thermostat problem. My problem was this. Let's say the tank, when you put water going through your unit, let's say it says it's 80 degrees, but your water is 75. When you calibrate the unit, it will only let you go to what it thinks the water is. It will not let me go down past the 80 degrees that it thinks. I can go up all the way to 99, but that's it. That was my problem, and that was what Jbj was telling me was my thermostat issue, even though that still just didn't make sense to me, that it was not a controller issue. My controller, for all other purposes, seemed to be working and functioning completely proper. Okay, as well did my chiller when I did the diagnosis, the static testing that they call it, which you can download the PDF off of their website to do a static test on your chiller and see if it is passing those tests or not. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. So you're going to need a 1-inch hole saw. You're going to clip this at the base. You're going to hold on to your tank, and you're going to drill in very nice and straight. And you're going to cut through the glue that's already there, go into this white housing, and you're going to pull out your old thermostat. When you pull out your old thermostat, you're going to need to take your new thermostat and a wire brush, and you are going to, it's about 1 inch long before you get a step down onto the thermostat. You're going to need to get this all nice and roughed up with a wire brush. Okay? You're going to take this type of epoxy, Loctite Epoxy Marine, and you're going to bond the new thermostat, put it all around the big part of the thermostat. Take your finger, put it all inside here, okay? And you're going to push in the new thermostat, leaving just a little bit of it out. To get the reference of how much needs to be out, simply look at your old thermostat before you pull it out. Push it in, let it set up. This takes 90 minutes, 190 minutes to set to the touch, and to be at full bond, it takes 24 hours. So be prepared to have your chiller down for at least a couple of days. Now, once you have it all in and set, take and do 2 coats. Do a second coat. Let that dry. I'm back flushing the unit again for a couple of different reasons. 1, just because I want to make sure it's extra clean. And 2, because I want to make sure none of this crap is leaking. So you're doing a leak down test, essentially. Once you have all of this completed and you know you're not leaking, simply do the reverse of what it took to get your case off. Put it on, hook everything up, and you will be good to go.